Hello and welcome to another video tutorial by Easy Academy. In this particular video, we're going to be covering some of the upgrade guidance that is available from various open source projects about the Log4Shell security vulnerability in the Log4j logging framework. So as you can see on this particular slide, I have several projects like Spring Boot, ElasticSearch, Apache Solr, Apache Flink, Apache Kafka, and Log4j, where some of the community members were concerned about if these particular open source projects have security vulnerabilities. So in this particular video, I'm going to be walking you through some of the upgrade guidance and some of the security guidance that has been released by the various open source projects. So if you're new to my channel, please feel free to subscribe, because this will allow you to get updates on new videos that I have available. And if you are looking to support this particular channel, please head out to Patreon. The link will be below, and you can support this particular channel by becoming a patron. And then I have a Twitter handle that you can follow as I post updates on different topics related to application development, software engineering, data processing, and all those different things. And then of course you can check out my website at easyacademy.com. So I also have a course that focuses on how to process data using open source software. So that is why I am doing this particular security update, because several of the components in my course were affected by this security vulnerability. So let's head out now to the different projects to see what were being discussed. So in the Spring Boot project, if you are using Spring Boot for your particular web development, the project states that only the Log4j core dependency is being used, and that is only if you are switching from the default logging mechanism to use Log4j version 2. In that case, they strongly encourage you to upgrade to the latest version of Log4j available. So I'm going to zoom in so you can see this particular update. This particular link will be made available in the description, so you can take a look at that. So this is how you should do it, and then Maven users can follow this instruction to set up the Log4j 2 version. And then if you're using Maven, you can change it to this, and then if you're using Gradle, you can also update it here as well. But the core idea here is to change your Log4j version to 2.17.0. So the link will be available in the description, and you can take a look at the details, and this page might update from time to time, so you will have the exact link if any of the information has changed. The next project is Apache Solr. Apache Solr, the affected users were only the ones running version 8.11.1 or later on Windows. So there has been a new version that has been released. So any version before 8.11.1 for Apache Solr on Windows was affected, so you are encouraged to upgrade to this latest version that has just been released, and that should address the security vulnerability, because the Log4j version has been updated to the latest version, which is at this time it was 2.16.0. So if you're using Apache Solr version 8.11.0 or earlier, you are encouraged to update. So these were the versions that were affected on Windows, and you can take a look at the link and update it accordingly. Moving on to Apache Flink. Apache Flink had several versions that were affected. So version 1.11, 1.12, 1.13, and 1.14 were all affected by this vulnerability. So the project encourages you to upgrade to the newly released versions to make sure that we don't have any security vulnerabilities anymore. So if you upgrade to these versions of Apache Flink, you should be fine. The other project is Log4j. So Log4j, several versions were affected. So any version that were impacted were 4.2 or earlier. So if you're doing any of those versions, 4.2 and later, so you are encouraged to upgrade. If you're running 4.2, you are encouraged to upgrade to 4.2.13, 4.3.9, and 4.2.2. And everything is available in the description. You can take a look at the details and check it out. Now, if you're doing Elasticsearch, this was not really clear what's going on here, but what they want you to do is to make sure that you upgrade to the latest version. Now the project is saying that the Elasticsearch application and software itself was not impacted, but they still recommend you to upgrade. So the details are available in the link in the description area. Then I have Apache Kafka. Now Apache Kafka, I took a look at because I support this project, so I took a look at the Maven dependencies for all the core components like the Kafka brokers, the Kafka streams, Kafka Connect, and all those other frameworks. The core library itself is not affected, but if you are using a sync connector or a source connector that is built by a different vendor, so any of those connectors might use the Log4j version 2 jar file. So make sure that you verify with the vendor or with the source code of that particular connector to make sure that that particular version of the dependency does not have any vulnerability. So that is the guidance that was released by the Apache project, and I will put this link in the description so you can take a look at the information yourself. But basically what they're saying is that none of the core components of Apache Kafka has been affected. However, there's a possibility that if you're using a connector that was developed by an external developer, you might have the security vulnerabilities. So that's everything I wanted to cover in this particular video. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that. If you're looking forward to support this particular channel, please head out to Patreon. The link will be in the description area, and you can take a look at the different options that are available for you to support the channel. And also don't forget to check out my course on Udemy that walks you through how to use open source projects like the ones described in this particular video to aggregate, to store, and to process data in batch mode or near real time. Thank you very much for your time today, and I'll see you in the next video.